Living Single was a trailblazing sitcom that captured the lives, loves, and friendships of 6 unforgettable characters. But in its final season, everything shifted. A sudden exit, last-minute character changes, and a plot twist no one saw coming led to one infamous scene, a scene so controversial, fans still talk about it today. How did the final episode leave viewers feeling betrayed by a show they had grown to love? In this video, we uncover the infamous scene that took Living Single off the air and explore what really went wrong behind the scenes. The impact and legacy of Living Single. Living Single, created by Yvette Denise Lee, stands as a trailblazing sitcom that significantly shaped the television landscape, particularly in its authentic portrayal of young black professionals. Airing on Fox from 1993 to 1998, the show followed the lives of 6 friends: Khadijah James, Sinclair James, Regine Hunter, Maxine Shaw, Kyle Barker, and Overton Wakefield Jones, living in a Brooklyn brownstone. Each character represented a unique aspect of black excellence and ambition. Khadijah, a magazine editor; Maxine, a sharp attorney; Kyle, a successful stockbroker; Sinclair, an aspiring actress; Overton, a warm-hearted handyman; and Regine, a boutique buyer with big dreams. Their personal and professional journeys offered audiences an unprecedented glimpse into the dynamic, diverse lives of black urban professionals, a group often underrepresented or stereotyped in mainstream media during that era. The show's greatest impact was its ability to present black characters as multi-dimensional individuals with hopes, flaws, and achievements. Living Single centered on the importance of friendship, community, and resilience. Its storylines tackled relevant themes including career challenges, romantic relationships, financial struggles, and personal growth, all while delivering humor and warmth. Unlike many sitcoms of its time, the series put black women at the forefront, depicting them as independent, intelligent, and driven. This positive representation deeply resonated with audiences, especially young black viewers who saw aspects of their own lives reflected in the characters. Living Single achieved steady success throughout its 5-season run. The series consistently ranked among the top-rated programs in African-American households, proving its widespread appeal within its target audience. It became a cornerstone of Fox's programming, contributing to the network's efforts to diversify its offerings and reach broader demographics. The authenticity of the characters and their relationships made the show relatable to many viewers, regardless of background. Fans connected with the characters' humor, struggles, and triumphs, and creator Yvette Lee Bowser frequently noted how viewers told her that the characters reminded them of themselves, their friends, or their family members. The legacy of Living Single is further solidified by the critical recognition it received during its original run. The series earned multiple NAACP Image Awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series, and its actors, particularly Erica Alexander for her role as Maxine Shaw, were honored for their performances. The show was also nominated for technical awards at the Primetime Emmys, reflecting the quality of its production. Additionally, Living Single was acknowledged by organizations such as GLAAD for including socially relevant and inclusive storylines, demonstrating its commitment to thoughtful, progressive narratives. Beyond awards and ratings, the true impact of Living Single lies in its enduring influence on television storytelling. The show opened doors for subsequent series that explored the lives of black professionals, friendships, and communities with depth and authenticity. It set a standard for ensemble comedies that blend humor with meaningful commentary on life's complexities. The presence of strong, capable black women as central figures on the show inspired future creators to center similar characters in their work, contributing to a gradual shift in how black stories are told on television. Over 2 decades since its finale, Living Single continues to inspire and shape popular culture. Its availability on streaming platforms has introduced it to new generations who find its themes timeless and its characters relatable. The series is frequently cited by today's writers and producers as a source of inspiration for modern shows that highlight Black voices and experiences. The success of projects like Insecure, Harlem, and First Wives Club owes much to the groundwork laid by Living Single, which demonstrated the demand for and power of inclusive storytelling, the sudden end, and the reasons behind it. Despite its success, Living Single came to a sudden and disappointing end after 5 seasons. The reasons behind this abrupt conclusion are tied to network neglect, internal tensions, creative fatigue, and industry politics. However, by the 4th and 5th seasons, tensions behind the scenes began to take a toll. T.C. Carson, who played Kyle, became the cast's de facto spokesperson, raising concerns about disparities in budget, marketing, and treatment compared to other shows. In a 2019 interview with Comedy Hype, Carson revealed, "We would come to them as a cast, but I would be the spokesperson for it. So that last season before I left, they called me in and they basically said, 'All these problems we've been having, they listen to you. So if you said something else, then they would do that.'" Carson continued, "I looked at them and said, well, first of all, we're dealing with 5 grown people. Everything we come to you with is a group decision, not my decision. But if you think I have that much power, then I need to have a different job." I don't think they liked that. Carson's advocacy was viewed as defiance, and he was ultimately dismissed from the show during the 1997 to 1998 season. His departure left a significant void, as Kyle's dynamic with Maxine had been one of the series' core storylines. Reflecting on his experience, Carson stated, "My whole time on Living Single, I was happy I had a job, but I understood the importance of the job I had. I understood the importance of what these characters meant to my community. And so when I come to you with a problem, it's because of that, not because of ego. They looked at it as ego." At the same time, Kim Fields, who portrayed Regine Hunter, began to withdraw from the series due to personal struggles. Facing a divorce and launching her production company, Fields found it increasingly difficult to balance work and life. In a 2018 interview with Bustle, Fields shared, "My life at that moment was not what you would expect. I left Living Single a few episodes shy of completing the final season because the work, the process, and everything else didn't feel the same for me. I went through a stage where I completely shut down. I had these blackout drapes in my house, and I closed the drapes and stayed in the bed for about 2 weeks, maybe longer." Fields added, "I didn't claim depression, but if I'm being real with myself, I'm sure there was a little bit of that there." With the loss of key characters, the series attempted to reinvigorate itself by introducing new characters, including Tripp as Mel Jackson and Ronnie DeSantos as Idalis de Leon in 1997. However, these additions failed to resonate with audiences in the same way as the original ensemble. Longtime fans felt disconnected from the shifting focus and missed the rich dynamics of the original group. The writing during the 5th season reflected this struggle, leaning on recycled storylines and less compelling plots. Episodes like the one where Maxine chose Kyle's sperm donation without realizing it, or Sinclair disguised herself as a man, illustrated how the series had strayed from its earlier, character-driven storytelling. The success of Friends not only eclipsed Living Single in visibility, but also influenced network decisions that harmed Living Single's standing. As Friends drew massive ratings and cultural attention, Warner Brothers and Fox prioritized aligning with that success, shifting marketing resources and promotional energy toward projects that mirrored Friends' winning formula. This left Living Single increasingly isolated. The lack of equivalent investment meant that while Friends became a global phenomenon with endless merchandise, syndication deals, and mainstream press, Living Single struggled to maintain its position despite its strong core audience. Queen Latifah later commented on the dynamic, saying, "We didn't get the credit we deserved. People still talk about Friends like it was the first of its kind, but we had already been doing that." Kim Coles added in another interview, "We kept being told that we were a black show. But I remember going to the bank one time, and this little old Jewish man squeezed my arm and said, "Hello, beautiful. I love that show with all you beautiful girls. I love it." Yvette Lee Bowser, reflecting on the show's legacy, once said, "People say our characters remind them of themselves, their friends, or their relatives. They all know someone like one of the characters." Yet despite this deep connection with audiences, Living Single was not given the opportunity to grow or conclude on its own terms. The final season of Living Single, which aired between September 1997 and January 1998, consisted of just 13 episodes, a significant reduction from the typical 22-episode runs of previous seasons. This shorter season was a clear signal that the series was winding down, and for many fans and critics, it marked a noticeable decline in the show's overall cohesion and charm. The pacing felt uneven, with storylines that seemed hastily assembled rather than thoughtfully developed, creating an air of finality that was more abrupt than satisfying. A major issue with this final stretch was how it departed from the rich character development and engaging ensemble dynamics that had defined the show's earlier seasons. Long-running arcs were either left dangling or wrapped up too quickly, robbing fans of the emotional payoffs they had anticipated. The storyline felt rushed and contrived. Kyle's sudden reappearance, tied to the revelation that he was unknowingly the sperm donor Max had chosen in her quest for motherhood, was seen by many as an awkward and improbable plot twist. What could have been an opportunity for a tender, thoughtful reunion between two of the show's most beloved characters became a source of confusion and disappointment. Critics and fans alike noted that rather than revisiting the depth of their connection, the finale leaned too heavily on this manufactured coincidence, undermining the emotional resonance that could have been achieved. Moreover, the overall tone of the finale lacked the signature balance of humor and heart that Living Single had consistently delivered. Throughout its run, the show had earned a loyal audience by blending comedy with real-life themes, friendship, career struggles, love, and identity, offering viewers both laughter and moments of genuine reflection. In contrast, the final episode, while offering brief glimpses of the characters' enduring bonds, failed to recapture the warmth that had defined the series. The abrupt resolution of long-standing storylines, paired with the absence of several characters from pivotal scenes, contributed to a finale that felt more like an obligation than a celebration of the show's legacy. Adding to the sense of an unfulfilled ending was the behind-the-scenes context. The cast and crew had expressed frustrations with the lack of network support in the final years, especially as Living Single struggled to maintain its place in the schedule and to secure the promotion it deserved. The reduction in budget and resources inevitably impacted the show's production quality and creative decisions. Kim Fields, for instance, left the show a few episodes shy of the finale, citing personal challenges and a sense that the process no longer felt right. Her absence in the concluding moments of the series was deeply felt by fans who had followed Regine Hunter's journey from the start. Nevertheless, the impact of Living Single endures. Its positive, multidimensional portrayal of Black professionals broke barriers and inspired future series like Girlfriends, Insecure, and Harlem. Kim Coles captured the essence of its legacy when she said in an interview, "We had a brother who was wearing his hair in locks working on Wall Street, and a woman who was starting her own magazine. It was really powerful. And I think it still stands today. The reboot potential." More than 30 years after Living Single first premiered, conversations about reviving the beloved sitcom continue to capture the interest of fans and cast members alike. The idea of a reboot has been discussed publicly and privately over the years, fueled by nostalgia, the show's enduring cultural relevance, and the close ties that still bind the original cast. One of the most vocal supporters of revisiting Living Single has been Queen Latifah. During a 2017 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Latifah confirmed, "We're actually working on it. It's not there yet, but hopefully we can get it happening." She reiterated her excitement about a possible revival while acknowledging the importance of reuniting the original cast and ensuring any reboot would honor the integrity of the original series. We would always hang out after we shot the show. We would go somewhere like to the Sheraton in Universal and just get toasted. It was just a big, big friendship, Latifah fondly recalled, underscoring the authentic bonds that fans hoped to see rekindled on screen. Erica Alexander, who portrayed Maxine Shaw, has shared a more measured perspective on the reboot discussion. In 2024, speaking with People, Alexander admitted she was initially hesitant, trying to be pragmatic about returning to such an iconic role. "I'm very identified with that show. The minute I put on those braids especially. I haven't yet aged out of that face. I didn't know if I wanted to do it because I thought I'm not going to be able to transcend it," she said. "Yet," she added, "I'm a person who would love to do it. I'm not trying to push it away. And yet I've even grown past that thinking a bit, so we'll see." Alexander also floated the idea of an animated reboot. "I always thought it'd be great animated. Everybody has such unique voices." Kim Coles, known for her role as Sinclair James, has been upbeat about the idea of a reboot. On a 2023 episode of Sherry, she responded playfully but positively when asked about returning to the series. "I'm going to say yes because I think we all still look good, and that's my very shallow reasoning." She added more seriously, "And because we all still love each other, and there's still a beautiful chemistry that will never die." Kim Fields, who played Regine Hunter, offered a word of caution about reviving Living Single. In a 2022 Today appearance, she noted, "You have to be really careful with reboots because if you don't get it right, you are messing with people's beloved characters." Fields emphasized the challenge of honoring the original series' legacy while creating something fresh and relevant for today's audience. She explained, "When Yvette Wack Lee Bowser, the show's creator, asked, I said I would definitely be interested in seeing what that conversation is and being able to do it. But with reboots, you've got to be careful. Those storylines really meant something, and they still resonate now." Part of what makes a Living Single reboot so appealing is the show's lasting impact. The original series, which aired from 1993 to 1998, has remained popular through syndication and streaming, introducing new generations to the trailblazing sitcom. As Coles pointed out during the Sherry interview, the show has been airing like 17,000 times a day. There's still a love for it. This ongoing fan support is a significant reason the cast and producers continue to consider bringing the characters back. In 2023, Alexander and Coles took a step toward reconnecting with fans through Reliving Single, a rewatch podcast that revisits the series episode by episode. As Coles described, "Getting to relive Living Single with Erica, and with all of you, feels like opening a time capsule packed with love, laughter, and a little extra lip gloss." Alexander added, "Reliving Single is a multi-generational conversation that remains evergreen because of the love our fans have for us and the show, and they want more." Queen Latifah, reflecting on the show's influence and similarities to Friends, said in a 2017 interview, "It was one of those things where there was a guy called Warren Littlefield who used to run NBC, and they asked him, when all the new shows came out, if there was any show you could have, which one would it be? And he said, Living Single. And then he created Friends." The enduring comparisons between the two shows have added to fans' calls for a reboot, with many eager to see Living Single reclaim its space in the modern television landscape. Despite the enthusiasm, the cast's hesitation stems from a shared desire to get it right. As Fields emphasized, the characters are beloved, and any misstep in a reboot could tarnish the legacy built over the original 5 seasons. The cast members have also expressed the logistical challenges of aligning their schedules. "A lot of it deals with our schedule because, praise God, everyone is working, everybody is busy, everybody's got stuff to do," Fields said. Discussions about where a reboot could land also remain open. When asked in 2017 about the possibility of the series returning on a platform like Netflix, Latifah noted, "It depends. We're still figuring that all out." This uncertainty reflects the early stage of development, as well as the evolving media landscape in which any reboot would need to find its place. Ultimately, the potential for a living single reboot is very much alive, fueled by fan demand, the enduring love between the cast members, and the series' significant cultural impact. Yet the decision to move forward remains carefully considered. As Alexander summarized, "We'll see. Where are they now?" The cast of Living Single has continued to thrive in diverse and inspiring ways, long after the beloved sitcom ended its original run in 1998. Each actor has carved out their own path, but what unites them is the enduring influence of the show and the way it helped shape both their careers and the television landscape. Queen Latifah, who portrayed Khadijah James, seamlessly transitioned from sitcom stardom to become a true icon across multiple industries. Already a force in music with hits like Ladies First and UNITY by the time Living Single premiered, she continued to break barriers after the show wrapped. Latifah expanded her reach in film, earning an Academy Award nomination for Chicago and later winning an Emmy for Bessie. She balanced acting with music, producing, and philanthropy while building a reputation as one of Hollywood's most versatile talents. Recent years have seen her at the helm of The Equalizer reboot, a role that showcased her range as an actress and producer, and she remains committed to championing projects that elevate diverse voices. As she once reflected, Living Single was my family, and it shaped who I am today. Kim Coles, who brought warmth and optimism to Sinclair James Jones, has sustained a career that blends comedy, acting, writing, and motivational speaking. Known for her relatable charm, Coles embraced a variety of television roles and reality appearances, but perhaps her most meaningful work comes from how she connects with audiences through storytelling and humor. Beyond television, she has authored books and launched workshops that encourage self-love and resilience. Coles's voice remains an important one, especially as she helps audiences, old and new, rediscover the joy of living single through her podcast Reliving Single with Erica Alexander. Kim Fields, forever remembered as the stylish and dramatic Regine Hunter, continued her career as both an actress and a director. After Living Single, she honed her craft behind the camera, directing episodes of well-known shows and taking on projects that uplift women and communities of color. Fields has shown remarkable staying power, with prominent roles in The Upshaws and appearances in family and holiday films. Reflecting on her time with the cast, she has spoken about the need for caution with any potential reboot, emphasizing that the characters are beloved and deserve to be revisited thoughtfully and respectfully. Erica Alexander's portrayal of Maxine Shaw made her an icon for many viewers who saw themselves in the sharp, driven attorney. Alexander used that platform to explore a variety of meaningful roles in both television and film, earning critical acclaim for her work in projects like Get Out, American Fiction, and Bosch. More than just an actress, she has become an advocate for social justice and representation in media, co-producing documentaries and lending her voice to projects that challenge the status quo. Alexander remains deeply connected to the power of living single, often reflecting on how its impact has transcended generations. It's incredible to know that something we did so long ago still resonates and inspires people today, she has said. T.C. Carson, who gave Kyle Barker his trademark charm and wit, shifted his focus after Living Single, finding success in voice acting and music. He became the voice behind iconic characters like Kratos in God of War and Mace Windu in Star Wars animated series. While Carson has been candid about his difficult departure from Living Single, he has always spoken with pride about the show's cultural significance. His career choices since then reflect a passion for storytelling in all forms, from video games to jazz performance. John Henton, whose portrayal of Overton Jones made him a fan favorite, took on new roles in television comedies like The Hewleys, where his comedic timing continued to shine. Though he stepped back from the spotlight in later years, Henton's contributions to black television comedy remain appreciated, and he is remembered fondly by fans for the warmth and humor he brought to his characters. Cress Williams, who played Scooter, parlayed his living single role into a wide-ranging television career. His work includes memorable turns in shows like ER, Heart of Dixie, and most notably as the lead in Black Lightning, where he portrayed a superhero balancing family and duty. His performances have highlighted his ability to bring strength and humanity to complex characters. What binds the cast of Living Single today is not just their individual accomplishments, but their shared legacy. They have each, in their own way, honored the groundbreaking work they did together while continuing to break new ground in their respective fields. They remain close, often expressing their affection for one another and their fans. Whether through reunions, podcasts, or quiet moments of reflection, the Living Single cast continues to inspire, reminding audiences why their stories and their bond still matter. And that's how Living Single left the air, its final scene meant to bring closure, but instead leaving fans with unanswered questions and a sense of what could have been. The rushed twists and missing heart of the finale still spark debate today. What do you think? Did the show's ending honor its legacy, or did it fall short? Do you think Living Single deserves a reboot? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow fans. Thanks for watching.